Should the business presentations world be a democracy where anyone can speak? Actually, no. Who wants to sit there and be hammered by boring, unprofessional, dismal speakers? What we really want is for our time to be well spent, to be enlightened, motivated, inspired, informed. There are some prerequisites for speakers in this regard, and they all have to do with motivation behind speaking. Why are they doing it? And should they be doing it in the first place? Have they earned the right? Are they excited about their subject and eager to share? Welcome back to this weekly edition every Tuesday of the Cutting Edge Japan Business Show. I'm your host, Dr. Greg Story, President of Dale Carnegie Training Japan and best-selling author of Japan Sales Mastery. We're bringing the show to you from our High Performance Center here in Akasaka in Minato-ku, the very business center of Tokyo. Why the cutting edge? In this show, we are looking at the critical areas for success in business in Japan. We want to help advance everyone's thinking so that we will be at the forefront, the cutting edge of how to do business and flourish here in this market. Before we get into this week's topic, here is what caught my attention lately. 90% of Japan's private security companies are suffering personnel shortages. This is causing concerns about Japan's hosting of the Olympics in 2020. Crowd control, airport security, building guards, security guards. These are the three main areas of shortage of supply. Why a lack of staff? Low wages, a shortage of workers in general, and more competition for potential hires by other industries. Japan is very well organized with security people protecting you from trucks entering building sites, roadworks underway, etc. Robots won't be much help for the moment, so who is going to take care of us in the near future? This is episode number 39, and we are talking about keys to owning the room when presenting. Soredewa ikimashou. So let's get going. Not everyone should be a presenter. We don't need higher levels of boredom or disinterest than we already have. A big no thank you to those conspiring to waste our precious time. This does not mean that only a few super talented individuals can be presenters. Not necessarily. We can all learn to become competent and become better presenters. This is nurture, not nature, in action. The key point is your motivation. Why are you doing this? Dale Carnegie pioneered business public speaking when he launched his first course in 1912. He proffered the 3 E's as a solid requirement before we contemplate being a speaker, and it still applies today. Those E's are earn the right, excited, and eager to present. We have earned the right to speak to others about our subject because we have studied the subject and we have relevant knowledge and experience. It is not limited to our direct experience because, well, we could be drawing on the experience of others. We should be a subject matter expert with formidable knowledge on a particular subject. We have been reading expert opinion and doing research on this subject, absorbing the key points and making them relevant to the business community to whom we are speaking. This means keeping up to date because there are always new findings and new ideas emerging. For many of us, what we were taught in school is different to what our children are being taught today. You know, the reason is specialities like biology, archaeology, astronomy, mathematics, physics, etc., keep pushing the boundaries of our knowledge. Today, there are podcasts, advertorials, blogs, LinkedIn articles, YouTube videos, conferences, workshops, subscription information, products, etc., all expanding our world. These are separate to the traditional sources of published academic works. Journalistic offerings, thought pieces in print, and mainstream broadcast media. We must remain current because, for sure, there will be members of our audience who are likely to be highly informed. As we know, everyone has instant access to everything today. While we are speaking, they can quickly go online and search for references we make to facts, situations, and people. We do this ourselves, don't we? We need to have reserve power. This is the additional knowledge of a subject which we don't have time to present during our allotted speaking time. To have reserve power requires we study our subject. Find out more when we come back from the break. If you want to become a fully competent and confident presenter, then do the High Impact Presentations course. We are all being judged when we speak, be it in the internal team meeting or in a public environment, be it the big bosses, clients, or an industry audience. Everyone is evaluating us. Don't blow it. Get the best training on the planet. Do the High Impact Presentations course now in either Japanese or English. If you want to sell more and do it more easily, do the Sales Advantage course. If you can't build trust, no sale. Can't design excellent questions to understand the client's needs, no sale. Can't present the solution convincingly, no sale. Can't handle objections properly, no sale. Can't close, no sale. Master the sales process by doing the Sales Advantage course now in either Japanese or English. Welcome back. Experience is the other highly valuable arrow in our speaker quiver. Telling stories based around our personal experience or observation is very powerful. Our audience may choose to disagree with our conclusion drawn from our experience, but they cannot argue with that experience. We need to draw on more than our own individual experience, and that is where the exploits of others, particularly famous individuals, lends credibility to the story we are telling and the points we are making. People remember stories, but they don't recall disjointed facts and data for very long. Being excited to present because we have positive feelings about our subject is another vital prerequisite for success. Watching the global head of a huge resources company give a presentation on what they were doing, but conducted without the slightest sense of excitement for the topic, was a brutal experience. The slides were fine. The speaking speed was good. The flow was logical. He was well appointed. His shoes were shined. It was horrible. It was awful because it was so bland, so devoid of passion for the subject. It was painting by numbers for someone thrust into the role of global representative for the organization. He destroyed his brand on the spot. He failed the other test, which is eager to project the value to his listeners. He was robotic, boring, passionless. There were no takeaways for our businesses, no lessons from the front line, no war stories of bloody failure and final redemption, no hero's journey. There was just an hour of time dull and devoid of all life forms instead. Let's do our analysis of our audience, understand what will be of value to them, and then provide it. Do us all a favour. Bulk up on the 3 E's before you speak. And if you do, then you will project a highly positive professional image to your audience for your brand, company, and yourself. The Cutting Edge Japan Business Show is here to help you succeed in Japan. Subscribe on YouTube. Share it with your family, friends, and colleagues. Become a regular. Thank you for watching this episode, and remember to hit the subscribe button. Our website details are on screen now, enjapan.dalecarnegie.com. It is awesome value, so check it out. In episode 40, we are talking about bad buyers. Find out more about that next week. So, yoroshiku onegai itashimasu. Please join me for the next episode of the Cutting Edge Japan Business Show. We are here to help you, and we've only one direction in mind for you and your business, and that is up.